Hello and welcome to today's video. Today we are here and it's time that we preview the Hungarian Grand Prix. And I think this is gonna be wild. I think we're gonna see a very interesting race, of course, the first time since Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen had their collision in the British Grand Prix that we'll see him racing together on the track. So things have been a little spicy this week already. Comments, between the teams and drivers and the review that Red Bull tried to have that didn't really make sense and kind of pointless. I'll be honest, I thought it was dumb. That review of the collision, the penalty happened, whatever. Move on. That's my opinion on it. And yeah, this is what I think it. I think it should have been, and I'm glad that it sort of let it be. We don't have that keep dragging on. But this race, let's look at what we have here. Let's look through the sessions, of course. We'll do that first. So, practice 1. Max was first, Bottas second, Lewis third. Your kind of standard thing. Practice 2, Bottas first, Lewis second, Max third. Practice 3, Lewis first, Max second, Bottas third. So between those top 3, each one of them led one practice session. Into qualifying, though, things got a little wild. And in the first round, we saw Mick Schumacher not come out to qualify at all. He crashed in practice 3, so he didn't go out. So we had Mazepin, Latifi, George Russell, and Tsunoda all out. George Russell for the first time, I think maybe all year. It's been a while, though, that George Russell was out in Q1. He's typically been at least in Q2. It's been quite a while, at least, since he was not out of that. So, a bit surprising the Williams just not doing well at this track this week. Second qualifying round, we saw Carlos Sainz go out with his crash where he broke the front wing. Bit surprising that he didn't just reverse in that situation. He sort of drove over the wing and then made it a lot worse than it had to be. So he was out, Giovinazzi out, Raikkonen out, Lance Stroll out, and Daniel Ricciardo barely out. But he was struggling in qualifying. He, I think, was 14th in Q1. So he almost got eliminated there. If there was a few, Russell or Tsunoda had a faster lap, Ricciardo could have been out there. But in 11th, not a bad spot to be. In a race like this, you get, free tire choice. You can start maybe on mediums in that spot. Not a terrible place to be. It's going to be very interesting on tires. We'll get to that in a moment. Then we look at Q3. Vettel in 10th, Alonso 9th, Ocon 8th, Leclerc 7th, Norris 6th, Gasly 5th, Perez 4th, Verstappen 3rd, Bottas 2nd, and Hamilton in 1st. So, a little wild there in the end of qualifying. The first lap's pretty much set it up, but in the last lap, that didn't really matter. We saw Lewis sort of slowing down a lot to back up Max, and Max almost didn't get his lap started, and Perez actually didn't cross the line in time to start a lap. So, a little interesting there. One of those things that you do is a strategy thing. I think that a little bit of the media hype trying to make this a little bit more the story, add to the Mercedes Red Bull conflicts over the past 2 weeks, but I don't really think this is going to add to it. I think the drivers and the teams are just like, all right, this is what you do. You back somebody up. It's just how it works. You're going to try and put your rival in a spot that they can't set a faster lap than you. I mean, it was fine. I don't see why they're trying to hype this up more, but I get it. You want to add more to the story. But yeah, everybody will be on soft tires in the top 10 besides the two Mercedes drivers. They'll be starting on mediums, and I think this makes the race a little interesting because it's supposed to be very, very hot. And the soft tires don't last long. So that'll probably be a two pit strategy. And there's potential maybe you go from softs right to hards. Hope the hards last long enough, which we could see. In my mind, that's the strategy, is you go from softs to hards. Which honestly for the soft runners could work out a little better, just because you're going to see a little more, strategy for those. You just, jump to, you jump those cars in the mediums. I don't know what I was saying, got distracted. Let me restart. If you're on the softs, I think you go over to hards. If you're on mediums, you're probably going to be a little slower for a few laps, and those hard tires might be of some benefit. I think we'll see some interesting there, and then towards the end, we might see switch from hards to mediums, and like we said in Hungary in 2019. Or a similar thing that we saw in Spain or France this year, where whatever car's out in the front kind of stuck, and then the car in third or fourth, second or third, not third or fourth, they can come up, try to jump some cars, like we've seen, again, Lewis do to Max in Hungary in 2019 and Spain this year, or what Max did to Lewis in France. Something like that. I think we'll see. But, again, like I was saying, the cars that are in, 11th, 12th, like Ricciardo and Stroll, they might be in a decent spot too, where if mediums does give you that opportunity to just have a one stop, they go on mediums, start there, run a little longer. I think it's going to be an interesting race overall. I think there's a lot of interesting scenarios that could be played out here. Again, I'm just looking forward to seeing how the Red Bulls attack the Mercedes in that first turn. I think Bottas gets past. I think that it comes down to Max and Lewis in that first turn. How that works out should be interesting. Now we're going to pick a race winner. Been a while since we did that. Here's the race winner. List we had a week off, of course, for F1 and now, so we are both a week off, so no videos last week. Who wins in Hungary? I think Max will get this win. I think that Red Bull's determined to make up for the last race, and I think that some of the strategies we were talking about, I think that there will be a play to get by the Mercedes that could work out for Red Bull. So we'll see. That's my prediction. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll be back later to review the race.